Hello and welcome to France 24's weekly music show. I'm Jennifer Ben Brahim. Today, some much needed festive cheer thanks to my guest.
And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide.
Her voice is steeped in musical history, evoking the greats from Billie Holiday to Judy Garland. British singer-songwriter Ala.ni is putting her own twist on the Christmas music genre and joins us in the studio to tell us more. Ala.ni, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm just realising I'm matching with your music video, so that was totally on...
It's Christmas, it's red time.
Exactly.
I should have worn some red. I don't have a red jumper though.
It's okay, as I just said, you've released a Christmas Christmas music. You've done enough. And now you've just, as I said, released the second instalment of your Christmas series. The first part you released during COVID. What inspired you to make Christmas music?
I've always loved Christmas songs. I feel like there's a real escapism in them. And at school, we used to have a Christmas choir that would go to... I went to Sylvia Young Theatre School, so we were in like Baker Street, Marylebone train station. We used to stand in the station with the hats and collecting money, or go to like an old people's home and perform. So it was just like I have a really extensive Christmas song catalogue in my head, along with lots of musical theatre as well. So yeah, it's just I just find it really heartwarming. Even if sometimes Christmas can be not distorted, but, you know, it can become very overwhelming for some people, whether it's that you're spending it by yourself or it's lots of presents and you've got to cook and cater the family. I feel like the music always kind of settles you in some way. So, yeah.
It's true, it's quite a nice unifying force, like Christmas music.
Yeah.
Now, what I love on this record, you have a mix of original songs, as well as some kind of festive reworkings of classics. For you, what makes the perfect Christmas song?
Bells. It needs jingle bells. It was great. It was like, could I just use bells? Like put a bell in here. Like when I was producing it, it was like, okay, yeah, we need like a Celeste, and then at this section, and like the third bar of the fourth, like whatever, bing, and it's like glittery. It just adds this kind of sparkle. So I think it's important to definitely have sleigh bells, and but the sentiment, I think it has to have. I like a Christmas song where it kind of challenges you a little bit in a feeling, you know, like you can feel it cold, you can feel yourself being cozy or by a fire or missing someone, or, you know, I like songs like that.
Well, a super cozy song and a great reimagining is the song River by Joni Mitchell. I absolutely love this song. Take a listen.
But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, and then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate way on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet.
So that was a very magical version by Ala.ni of Joni Mitchell's River. Now, I've read that you've described your sound as dark Disney.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, I didn't really coin myself as that. I think someone used it to describe me one time, and I was like, oh, that works. That kind of makes sense. But yeah, I guess I can't. That's also why Christmas songs appeal to me, because I think I've got quite it's quite fantasy sounding, my voice sometimes, or I sound like a Disney, not like I look like a Disney princess. I can whistle while you work. I can, you know, do a good...
Exactly, yeah.
But then I like my lyrics will be quite dark, but if you don't listen to the lyrics, you'll just be like, oh, it's so happy, it's Disney music. But then you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, no, it's a bit different.
Well, it's a perfect combination, and it works really well for a Christmas album. Now, I've also read that, I listed in the instructions some of the greats you've been compared to, but I saw that you don't love being put into a box of nostalgia. What do you mean by that?
I think people would listen to the music I do and expect me to dress a certain way, or to have a certain persona, or, you know, to live in some kind of retro-looking thing. But it's like by default that I sing like this. I have a combination of learning like musical theatre songs, and then like opera and classical, and then, you know, and everything in between, and reggae, and you know, all of this stuff. But how it's come out is like it's literally a muscle. Like my voice is designed like that. I can't sing any other way. So with that, and it's not even like colouring, but people just have an expectation of me to also sing a certain way. So they'll be like, oh, you're black, do you sing soul? Or, oh, you got dreadlocks, do you sing reggae? And it's like, well, no, I really like Maria Callas and, you know, like, you know, or whatever, or Joni Mitchell. And it was like, not to bring this up or to whatever, but even looking at all the covers of Joni Mitchell's River, like there wasn't a black person who'd done. I think there was one British artist called Ocean Dry. I can't remember what they're called now.
That's impressive. Only no one has.
Yeah, and I was like, but I know black people who appreciate Joni Mitchell. Janet Jackson used a sample. Like it's easy just to fall into traps, into pigeonholes, and like this folk music's only for white people. Music's music. You know, you can't sing this because of that. I think we're definitely moving out of that, but there is still limitations, whether it's in the classical world or otherwise.
Well, your Christmas record is a perfect example of that. You know, of different genres blended into the Christmas genre. We're gonna actually go and look at some other music releases, and we're gonna, of course, stick to some festive Christmas tunes. We're going to start with an artist I was very surprised, I don't know if you also will be surprised to hear, has never released a Christmas album in her 6-decade career, and that's American superstar Cher. Now, she said she wanted to make an album that was a Cher album that just happened to be festive themed. Now, it's jam-packed full of fun tracks, such as the dance hit DJ Play a Christmas Song. Now, it definitely evokes her auto-tune distorted smash hit Believe. Take a listen. Okay, so that was Cher with her Christmas album. Now, Ala.ni, you are no stranger to some living legends. You worked with Iggy Pop on your second album, Aka, released in 2019. How did that collaboration come about, and how was it?
It was one of those life moments where I was like producing him in Miami in the studio, and I stood there, and I was needing to give him a note, and he's in front of. I brought all my microphones too, so he was like, "This is impressive. Like, I love your microphones." And I just went blank. I was supposed to give him a note, like, "Can you try that again? Like, it's not quite right." It's like, "Oh my God, how?" And I just stopped, and he's like, "Don't worry, it happens to the best of us." Like, I just lost my mind. But he'd been playing my first album on his show, and he was saying such kind things, and I was like, I can't believe Iggy Pop likes my music. And he was playing like really, not even just the obvious kind of singles, but just the whole. He would go through the whole album and play it on his radio and BBC Radio 4 show. So when I wrote this song, I did it as an instrumental. It's called Le Diplomate, and it was about an actual French diplomat, and it had kind of very political leanings. And I know he'd sung in French as well, so it all just kind of fell into place.
Yeah, it worked out well.
I was like, let me just ask him. I've got nothing to lose. So I asked him, and he said yes, and I was like, okay. So I'll just come and record you out in Miami, any excuse. And he was like, yeah, come.
There are worse places to be, as we were saying earlier before the show started, there's worse places to be, like some sunshine to record music.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move on to another musician who may be the star of Netflix film Best Christmas Ever, but she's not stopping there. R&B singer Brandy has just released her 8th studio album, Christmas with Brandy, and it's a mix of covers as well as original tracks such as this one, Christmas Party for Two. Take a listen.
The morning.
Now we're going to finish with a self-proclaimed Prince of Christmas. Comedian, actor and podcast host Matt Rogers has just released Have You Heard of Christmas? Now the pop record is designed to, on one hand, celebrate, but also poke fun at Christmas. Let's take a listen to one of the tracks off the album, the creatively named Lube for the Sleigh. Take a listen.
Break out the gun oil and fire away. Cover the presents in lube, lube for the sleigh. This year the kids have been extra good. There's so many presents, so there's gonna be so much lube.
So that was Matt Rogers. I think we know which one you preferred out of the three, Ala.ni.
I think so.
Okay. It's definitely a song that will be a conversation starter around the Christmas table.
Have you heard that loop song? Sorry.
Definitely, I'm going to be trying to play that with my family as well.
Yeah,
See what reactions I get. Slip it into the playlist. Well, sadly, it's all we have time for, Ala.ni, and I want to thank you for coming into the studio. And a reminder that your EP Christmas Volume 2 is out, and we're very lucky to have an early Christmas present. You're going to be playing us out of a cappella version of Now I Believe.
Yeah.
Now, thank you all for watching. There's more news coming up on France 24 just after this.
I wasn't gonna go, but my friend said I should try. Oh, I hate Christmas parties so. Rather be home alone to cry. But the moment I saw you on that very special night, the candles stopped their flicker. The snow was still surprise. Now I believe in Christmas Day. I believe in Santa's sleigh. I can see the stars aligned. I for you, you for I. Now I can see the angels fly over clouds up in the sky. I believe the elves conspired to bring me close to you.